Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Christmas Cabin Fever. It's currently on Disney Plus, and it does have audio description done by Aaron Brennan. So, shout out. This is, I believe, the third animated film that Disney Plus has put out for the Diary of a Wimpy Kid franchise ever since they inherited it. They stopped making live action versions and restarted the franchise with animated entries. I didn't actually like the first one, but the second one was a little bit better, and actually I like the third one probably the best. It's weird. We're going in reverse order because with the live action franchise, I liked the first film the best, and I thought the franchise got progressively worse. Animated franchise is getting better with each film. I don't know why. I don't get it. But this Christmas special, if you want to call it that, actually is kind of nice. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's. I don't know that I need a Diary of a Wimpy Kid Christmas special, but it's an hour and 2 minutes according to its official runtime. So, it's weird. It's like, is that feature length? It's like it's an hour. I don't know. But it's also not a TV show, so it can't claim to be a long TV ad. I don't know what it is. So, and it's that 2 minutes, which I'm sure is just credits that they would just cut off if they put this on TV. But still, then they'd have commercials, which would push it over the length. So it would seem longer than it can't really fit this in an hour on network TV. So I don't know what to call this. We're just gonna call it a movie, and I'm not gonna say if it's feature or short, and you can make up your own mind about it. But it does feature our core cast back again, Greg and Rowdy and Greg's family, and they're headed off to Christmas. I guess everybody's headed off for Christmas. I don't know. It's just Christmas is happening, and Christmas is upon us. And so is snow and snow days, and there's much like in the film Snow Day, there's of course this struggle with the snowplow lady and trying to make sure the snowplow lady doesn't plow the streets because it would mean that they would go back to school. They like having their snow days. They like being cut off from the roads. Of course, we learn later by the end of the film the implications of the roads not being cleared. But the whole thing gets them sort of caught up. Greg wants a console, a nondescript video game console for Christmas. And that's his big wish. He tells his parents, he's like, you want me to have friends, right? All my friends have this. And that's what he wants. And he has to go on this journey of making a snowman, and then something goes horribly awry with the snowman, and then he and Rowdy have to go on the lam and run because they think that they have damaged federal property by damaging the snowplow. It's this long adventure. There's this weird like Elf on a Shelf replacement thing that they have throughout the film. I don't know what to call it, because obviously they couldn't license Elf on a Shelf, so they have something else. I can't remember. Elfnado or something. I can't remember. Alfredo or something like that. It was something dumb. It was something really stupid. So there were parts of this where I was like, okay, so you can't use the real thing. It would be like having a Z-Box. Like, you're like, well, we couldn't use Xbox. So, we have a Z-Box. Yeah, it's not the same thing, right? I get it. So, they make fun of, like, Christmas specials. There's a little Christmas special they watch for, like, a few minutes that has some, like, singing and dancing, and they're like, oh, I hate this. And Greg's whole thing is like, I hate Christmas specials. And there's a little like wink, wink, nudge, nudge thing that happens at the end of this with his how he feels about Christmas specials. Also, just like a reminder to the audience, as if these are real people. Voice cast features a couple people popping up throughout the film. I think that's Lisa Ann Walter that plays the snowplow lady. Gabriel Iglesias plays a police officer. Obviously, Christy Diamantopoulos is back as Greg's dad. I don't know who's playing Greg's mother, but I don't know why her voice is cracking all the time. Like, she has the most crackly voice. When you're selecting voice talent, too, I'm like, this has got to be somebody famous for you to want to select this voice. I didn't want to look it up, but because I just didn't care. I just, the voice is so, I don't know, it sounded like somebody who was recovering from a cold, but then was asked to record the voiceover work for this film. They're like, we don't have time. We got to get this Christmas special out. And she's like, my voice isn't back yet. And they're like, oh, we'll just work that in. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's cute. I liked it. It's a comedy. Your kids will like it. If your kids like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid franchise, it's fine. It has a nice message at the end of it. It comes back around. The kids go on an adventure. It gives them enough time to establish the characters, establish their adventure. Plus, it's like the third animated and like the 8th or something like that Diary of a Wimpy. If you don't know who these characters are by now, like, they're pushing Fast and Furious levels of having been on screen. So we're getting there. We're getting close. I'm sure there'll be another Diary of a Wimpy Kid film next year that'll get them even closer. But yeah, they're quite prolific at this point between the live action and animated franchises. Of how many times Greg has been on cinema, on screen. So it's cute. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a Christmas special. There's so many Christmas specials out there. It's like there's a Christmas special for every possible thing that your kid could like. They can watch the Christmas version of it. You know, even for adults, if you think about it. I mean, we have Christmas episodes of things like Ted Lasso. So, you know, I mean, everything has like a holiday special, basically. So, I guess Diary of a Wimpy Kid, it was time. It was its time. I really hope they renew Goosebumps and then give it a Christmas special. I want a Goosebumps Christmas special now. So that's it. I don't really have profound thoughts on this. It's meant for kids. Kids will like it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't try to bemoan things like this. I'm not a stuffy adult that's like, oh, these things are dumb and they're lowbrow humor for kids. It's meant for kids. Your kids will like this. That's all you need to know. The audio description was fine. I loved it. It was, it really just kind of highlighted everything that it needed highlighted at certain times. It describes certain things in certain ways without revealing them so that later on they can be described in other ways. For example, there's a dumpster that's described as a dumpster and later on turns out to be something else. And we're like, oh, you know, but if we had been told what it was at the beginning, it wouldn't have worked because we have to be in like Greg's mind, you know, we have to be in the mindset of a child and see things as they are to him. So instead of seeing things as adults go, oh yeah, we know what that is, and yeah, it worked out nicely. So I think this is my favorite Diary of a Wimpy Kid thing so far that's been animated. I should say at least the original film back in the day I think is still my favorite, but that actually had Chloe Grace Moretz before she like left the series. So I don't know why they let her go, but she did. Vanished from the series. She was like, I'm a good actress now. I'm leaving. And then after that, it just kind of all went downhill. But this is trending back up. I'm going to give Diary of a Wimpy Kid Christmas Cabin Fever a B. I thought it was nice. It's a nice film, guys. Let's treat it with a level of holiday cheer. I didn't have any problems with it, and I don't think your kids will. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I have a website, MacTheMovieGuy.com. You can follow me on X, Threads, or Instagram, MacTheMovieGuy. You can go to the Audio Description Project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what has audio description and where you can watch it. And you can go to the ADNA.org. That's the ADNA.org. It'll let you know more about Erin Brennan and what else she has described. In the meantime, I will review something, watch something else, and see you guys on the other side.